they're still not the best. I will never say otherwise. I was once stuck on a bridge and a guy tried to merge into my lane when I was still in it. It wouldn't be so bad because, he was an old guy, maybe he just didn't see me. The problem was we were in stop traffic. Neither of them had moved for 10 minutes. He had looked over to me a couple minutes ago, waved a little, turned back, and 5 minutes later promptly forgot that I existed, and that spot that had that big green blob that was my car was apparently a figment of his imagination. Because apparently he drives with a lot of figments of his imaginations all the time, so he's used to ignoring them. Which didn't work out for me because he started coming a little closer, a little closer, a little closer. And I'm just blaring on the horn going, "Hey, no, wait, I'm right here. We looked at me. I waved. Yeah, don't hit me. I don't have anywhere to go. It's a freaking bridge." Thankfully, after I kind of scoot over as far as I could go without, not being on the bridge anymore, he stopped, realized I was there, and promptly started to swear his really, actually impressively thick hair off, just completely pissed that I existed, and how dare I? That's normal for Pittsburgh. I thought that was the worst. And then I got to Boston. My dad's from Boston, so when we got close, he decided that it would be probably a good idea that, maybe if he drove. He's used to it. It's how he grew up driving. It's what he's used to. That doesn't sound like much, and I didn't think it was much. And then we got into the city, and we're driving up, and there's like this whole mass of cars that are packed as close as stop-and-go traffic on the LA freeway, except they're still moving about 70 miles an hour. I'm hoping this was a one-time thing. I've been too terrified to ever check because I'm afraid of what I'll find out. But my dad goes in, and he's just driving along, and I'm seeing the back seat just getting a little more tense. Eventually I realize that I have a death grip on the handlebar on the side of the door. I have fingerprints dug in. They will be able to tell where my hand was when I die because I don't think I'll be able to unclench my hand for a couple of years. And honestly, and I'm just looking over at my dad's like, yeah, it's too bad traffic's really light, otherwise I could really let up. Yeah, no. I'll take Pittsburgh assholes and the Pittsburgh guys who just don't drive well, because at least I can understand that a little. When someone walks into traffic and they have this much room, and they're complaining about how many people are hogging the road, and yet for some reason they kind of think that, I can get a little more room out of this still. They try to move a little closer, and they're still going 70 miles an hour. No thanks, I'll just walk, which I actually considered doing, except we were driving 70 miles an hour, and while everyone else was being suicidal, I decided to be a smart person and not do that. Yeah. So glad to come back home and have more old people try and knock me off a bridge. At least then, I can back up into another car, not going 70 miles an hour. Gotta love that last part.